to show you how to make bows using the Easy Bow Maker. This is a simple way also to make bows. It does take a little practice. It's not something you're going to learn to do overnight. I learn every time I make a bow on it that I can do it a different way. You can find these at any craft store or online. They come with pegs to hold your ribbon, a peg down here to hold the spool of ribbon, and it also has your measurements in inches on each side, so you'll know how big to make your loops. And today we are going to have inch and an inch and a half ribbon on both. I'm going to be using zip ties and some pipe cleaners, and of course I'll have my scissors. So I'm going to get ready. I'm going to move my camera down so that you will see only my hands, but you will still hear me talk. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on my hands. Whoops. We're going to get started. Since this is a very large roll of ribbon, I'm going to leave it off my spindle and just take some off as I need it. Okay, I am going to start by figuring out how long, thank you, how long I want my tail. And I'm going to make this about 8 inches. Again, you're going to pinch that, give it a twist, and with this ribbon you really don't have to do the twist too much because it is the same on both sides. Okay, then I'm going to measure out a loop. We're going to do all the while you're going to hold that down, and yes, it is tricky to do, and it, like I said, it will take some time to learn. And then I just kind of give that a little bit of a pinch, and I'll move my tail out of the way. And again, you're going to go out to the 6-inch mark, fold it, come up, go through your spindle, twist, and if you need to, you can move your ties, your bows loops out of the way so you can see your lines. And again, you're going to make that loop out to the 6-inch mark, come around, put it through, give it a little pinch down, and another loop in, pinch it down, and go out, scissors, and cut my tail. The trick here too is to not really tug on the bows too much or pull, but just move them out of the way so you can see what you're doing. And like I've always said, ribbon is very user-friendly, so that you know it's not, you're not going to hurt it. Okay, we have our base done. I'm going to move this out of the way, and we're going to go to our second ribbon. And again, I'm going to go out and make my tail, pinch. Now on this one, I am going to have to do a little more twist because it's not the same on both sides. And this one I am going to bring it in. I'm not going to do 6.5 or 6. I'm going to do a 5.5 loop. So you just, it doesn't measure out in half inches. It's only an inch. So you just kind of have to kind of guess on a little bit. And I'm going to do a twist, pinch, and a twist. And 5.5. You can always mark your board if you want. Twist. Loop. Down, give it a twist, and again, like I said, this is just something you have to practice with. I still learn every time I do it, which is good, right? Okay, now we've got one more we're going to put on. And that's just our 1.5 inches. And again, and it's going to come up on, and yeah, it's just, you know, it's just the way the ribbon is. So don't worry about that. And I came out and did my 8-inch tail. Now for this one, I am going to go a little bit smaller. I'm going to do a 4.5 inch. Then measure out to where you think 4.5 is. And I always move my tails out of the way. And do your twist. Make your loop. Find your 4.5. Loop, and you can use that first loop that you made at 4.5 as a guide. Twist, and yeah, you're going to have your ribbon in all different positions until you learn how to handle it, and I never have. Sometimes I have it rolling in the floor and everywhere. Okay. And as you cut that last tail off. Now this is a little bit of a tricky part because you've got this all pressed down between those two spindles. You're going to take your twist tie, and what I do is I kind of lift that up just a little bit, and then I pull up, grab underneath it, and pull up, slide my twist tie around, but I don't pull the twist tie all the way tight. I may not pull it all the way tight right now. Okay. this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. And my twist tie is not, it's not twisting. I should say my zip tie. Well, we're just going to ignore that zip tie then. And I am going to use a pipe cleaner. Turn that pipe cleaner. I'm going to turn it over. As you can see, I've got it like this now. I just kind of gave it a good twist. Now, if you want a longer wire to hang, say, place on a wreath, you can slip, that's why I said don't make it really tight. You can slip another pipe cleaner or a wire underneath that, and it'll give it a little bit longer. And I'm going to just twist that, push that down, cut that off. Okay, now right now it's kind of flat, so I'm going to take about 10 inches of my 1.5-inch ribbon, cut that off, and I'm just going to cut that in half and use the rest of that at another time. Then I'm going to go back and find my center in front, 10 inches, and then I cut the ribbon in half, and then I fold it in half. To cover up the pipe cleaner. Then I'll just go to the back and tie that. Clip those off. And I'm going to turn it back over. Fluff up our bow. Now I usually, if I am putting this on a wreath or a swag, I usually go ahead and attach it, and then I do my fluffing while it's on the piece. It's just easier for me, but you'll find you'll have certain There's a wreath done with the Easy Bow Maker, or I should say, I'm sorry, a bow done with the Easy Bow Maker. Okay. I'm going to do one more. Do one more. Get some of this out of the way here. For this one, let's do a to mention with these spindles on the Easy Bow Maker, if they don't stay in, you can always put some tape around the bottoms of them and push them in, or you could even glue them in if you wanted to. I need to do that. Okay, we're going to start with this 2.5 inch chevron. And again, I'm going to do my tail. And give it a twist. Over, down, pinch it, and you can make as many loops as you want depending on how fluffy and how big you want your bow. And go 6, pinch, have glitter all over today. Another twist, get down here. Got just perfect. Peel off. Okay. Okay, I did those loops at 6. Okay, our next one is going to be another 2.5 inch. And we're going to pull that out and do our tail. Now this has writing on it, so it's not always going to go the same way on either side. And I'm going to come in again at about 5.5. Straight there. I see. Twist. Sometimes you feel like you're just all thumbs doing this, but like I said, it will get easier the more you do it. Make my tail. Out of the way. Okay, we're going to do, let's see, what do we want to do here next? I think we'll do this little 1.5 inch ribbon next. And for this one, I'm going to be coming in just to about 4 inches there. Not going to do it as long. And you'll also find that if you use, I don't want to say cheap ribbon, but the lesser cost ribbon, let me put it that way. But you do definitely, I'm not saying you have to have really expensive ribbon either, but you do want something that you can work with. Okay. And wire ribbon is really a good thing to have. Okay, the last one I'm going to put on is just this orange. And I need to trim the end of that off. Go in just about 3 inches on that one. Again, I'm going to pinch that together and carefully pull that up, get my cleaner around there, pull that to the back, and give it a couple twists. Okay? Like I said, if you are wanting to put that on a wreath or a door hanger of some sort, you can always put a pipe cleaner to the side. Move that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and then give that a little twist there. Cut off your excess amount. Okay, and for our center, I am going to use this here. And I'm going to use the whole thing on this. I'm not and just tie that. The excess. And I usually start to the back when I am pulling on my bows. Just pull them out, fluff them up. Like I said, you're not going to hurt them. Remember not to pull. And it helps if you take your tails and kind of push them to the back until you get your bow where you want it situated. And then you can always move those around too. It's all just a learning process. And everybody has their own way of doing things. Nobody's right or wrong on it. Like I said, I always like to attach it to my wreath or swag, and then I play with it even a little bit more, and I trim up my ends of wreath, or I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep calling them wreaths, bows, done on the Easy Bow Maker. So, if you think you can do that and you get an Easy Bow Maker, post a picture. I'd love to see it. It's a lot of fun once you get started. And you just have bows all over. Sometimes you have a wreath that just maybe needs a new bow on it. Now you can make your own. Okay? Soon I will post when part 3, when we make with the Pro Bow hand, comes up. And I hope everybody has a great Friday afternoon and a terrific weekend. Bye.